Robert, Manchester United lost against the Asian All-Stars. A very, very poor performance by the team, and a performance which Manchester United fans should be embarrassed about and probably would be embarrassed about. It's a performance that, listen, it was a nothing game, but you still expected Manchester United to get something and ultimately win the game. The Asian All-Stars are a team who have only just been established and are literally probably less than a week old, and the fact that Manchester United lost to them really does sum up where we are as a club at this current moment. There were really any positives to take from the game. Ruben Amorim played more or less a lot of the first team players, but also a lot of young players, but there's still no excuses for why Manchester United should have lost. Obviously, it's beneficial for the club, this tour, because it generates more money for them, but ultimately the overall games are just not important, and it's just very, very boring. And if you want to look at some positives, I thought Sekou Kone was probably the best player on the pitch by far, and he probably only played 15-20 minutes. I think Amorim has to make a decision about him, and a lot of the young players, does he keep them or does he loan them? For me, obviously you have to assess where they are in the development and are they ready for first team football, or do they need a loan, or should they stay with under 18s or under 21s? For me, Kone does seem like one of those who can go straight into the first team. He's physical, he's dominant in the air, he's good on the ball, and ultimately a very, very good player. Now again, it's up to Amorim to make that decision, but in the moments that he was on the pitch, he did have a very big impact on the team. As I said, the quality in which he possesses is fantastic, and I think he's a very, very talented individual. Again, he was a Christopher Vavell signing, and a very, very good signing, in fact. One of the best ones we probably made in the recent years, and these young signings that Manchester United are making, hopefully they can be some more in the future. It's a typical Vavell signing someone who can come in to the team for the future. Obviously we have Diego Leon coming in as well. Another positive is the fact that there's only one more game until we are truly done with the 24-25 season. Today was a game of just about filling the post-match tour, or post-match games, or post-season tour. That's what all it was about. It wasn't about playing good football, because we couldn't do that. And there were some players today, first team players. I'm not going to talk about any of the young players, because listen, some of them were getting debuts, but I thought most of them did well, to be fair. I thought Amas, Danny Armour, Munro, Jim Thwaites, Tyler Fletcher, Shea Lacey, like Cheeto, they did all right. It was some of the first team players who have played a lot of games this season for the first team that I was worried about. One of them being Rasmus Højlund. I think you've seen this season, particularly to games like this, he has to go. The number 9 from Asian All-Stars was 10 times better than Rasmus Højlund, and that just shows where he's at. He's nowhere near good enough to be leading the line for Manchester United. Yes, he's a young player, but his first touch, his overall footballing ability this season has been very, very bad. And for me, I don't care who you bring in, but one thing for certain is Rasmus Højlund has to go. It's just not worked out. 85 million euros was the total package for him, and he's just been nowhere near good enough. Sloppy on the ball. His first touch is dreadful. His ability to make smart decisions when he has the ball is also terrible, and I think Ruben Amorim knows that he has to get rid of him. But again, with the funds being so low, we have to be very smart with what we do in the transfer market. And in terms of another player who did disappoint today was Ugarte. And again, listen, going into next season, if you bring in Cunha, you bring in Mbeumo, the concern is, you bring Bruno deeper. The concern is who would partner him, because I don't think Ugarte is good enough. I think Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro is not good enough. Collier isn't quite there yet. Sekou Kone, again, way too young. So we do have to go out and get a midfielder. And Ugarte, for me, he's just not good enough. He's all right at winning the ball back, but again, that's probably his best asset. He's not the greatest on the ball. He can't progress the ball through midfield. And I do certainly think we do need to look at number 6. Who that is, no idea at this current moment. In terms of players who did well from the first team, I thought Maguire was steady. Again, but listen, it was just a very, very poor overall performance. Højlund for me has to go. I thought Sekou Kone did very, very well today on and off the ball. I think it's all about pre-season or post-season tour is all about utilising the young players, and I think that's something Ruben Amorim will continue to do going forward. I think that's something he has to do, and I think in the next game against Hong Kong, you want to see some of these young players get an opportunity. I want to see Sekou Kone in and among those first team players, see what he can do. Hopefully with Sekou Kone, he can be, listen, I know we've only seen glimpses, but you can tell he does look miles better than the rest of the players. I'm hoping you can see him next to a Bruno or an Ugarte or someone like that in and around the first team. Cheeto again, I thought he had an alright game. Amas, when he came on, did alright. I thought Dorgy put a few good crosses in. But again, listen, there were some positives. At least all the players who travelled got some minutes. And yeah, listen, it's only one more game until we do get a bit of a break from Manchester United. Until I think it's mid-July when pre-season starts and when the players will come back to training around the start of July. But that has been the post-match reaction. Listen, there's a lot to work for Ruben Amorim. The club has to back him. They have to bring in some players as soon as we can, because this club and this squad at the moment is very, very poor. It's lacking qualities. The good days are coming. But yeah, just very, very sloppy from Manchester United.